Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to 5th regular meeting of STEM Talk Speakers Toastmasters Club. Let me remind you that we don't talk about 3 subjects in the meeting. That is politics, religion and sex. So please don't try to go close to these topics here. One more thing, please set your cell phones to silent mode or switch them off so that they do not cause any disturbance during the meeting. And I will now request you to please repeat the club motto before you. For better speaking, for better speaking, for better thinking, for better listening, we learn by doing. Toastmasters International is a world-famous organization which is present in more than 140 countries, and the purpose of this organization is to provide a supportive and learning environment for its members. And you are all welcome to the meeting. And now I'll call upon the presiding officer, Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah. Please welcome him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone, in today's meeting, and I'm glad that we are here today in this meeting, and we have found the time to improve ourselves and work on our communication skills. As the motto of Toastmasters, we will learn by doing. So today is the time to act and to learn. So welcome. And now I would like to invite General Evaluator, Mr. Noor. Come. Yes, Mr. Zunaid Zafar.
It goes not from the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes not.
If you want to invite the Toastmasters, yeah.
Okay. Please.
That's again.
I would like to invite the Toastmaster of the meeting, Mr. Amjad.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure, everyone. Now we are going to start our meeting. For the benefit of guests, let me tell you that a standard Toastmaster meeting comprises of 3 sessions. The first one is the prepared speech, where the speakers who have prepared their speeches, they come and deliver their projects according to the set guidelines. The second segment is that of table topics. It is a fun session. The table topic master here, he can invite anyone and give him a topic of his choice, or alternatively he can announce this topic in advance and ask for volunteers. In the last session we have the evaluations, where the evaluators who already know what criteria they have to look after, they give their speech evaluation of the speakers who performed in the first segment. This is how a standard Toastmaster meeting goes on. Before we go towards the first segment, we have a team of role players which will be performing their respective roles in order to make this meeting a success. So the first role that is being played is that of General Evaluator. Today's General Evaluator role is being taken up by Zunaid Zafar. So please welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
I would just like to take your 30 seconds. A Toastmaster meeting is incomplete without clap.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. As General Evaluator, I will be evaluating anything and everything that is happening in the meeting. I'll be giving my report at the end. I'll be evaluating table topics and the evaluators as well. Now, I have a team of evaluators, so my team comprises of grammarian. The role of grammarian today is being played by Toastmaster Fiza. I would request you to please come on stage and briefly tell us about your role. Toastmaster Fiza.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Fiza Ismail and I'm
today is Toastmaster Sumaira. May I request you to please come on stage and briefly explain yourself.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Sumaira Nisar and my role is as up counter, and I will just look for the fillers, the artificial fillers. If one speaker is here and he is going to take some pauses over there, and they're like adding some voices like like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumaira. Next role is that of timer. And it's a very crucial role. It is today being played by Toastmaster Nadeem. May I request Toastmaster Nadeem to please come on stage and explain it.
Thank you, Zunair. As a timer, my duty is to time speeches and evaluation. When a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will show this grade card. When a speaker reaches the mid time of the minimum time allotted and the maximum time allotted, I will show this yellow card. And when a speaker reaches the maximum time allotted, then I will show this red card. And I will present my report whenever it's required. Thank you.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Nadeem. He is the timer and he'll be sitting at the front so that you don't miss those cards. Next role player is photo master, and there's a blank there, which means all of you are photo masters today. So whenever you get an opportunity, take out your mobile phone, take a snap, and you can share that towards the end in the WhatsApp group for the benefit of all. Next role is vote counter. The vote counter today is Toastmaster Noor. I request you to please come on stage and
My friends, my role is of the vote counter. It's a great idea by the president. There is a slip at the end of the agenda. You have to tear apart this slip, right? And there are 3 segments. Mention the name of the speaker you think is the best. It's very simple. Okay? And tear it apart. And one by one, as the timer announces the time, you have to fill this ballot. And at the end, you have to give this ballot back to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Once again, a huge round of applause for all the role players. Handing over the control back to Toastmaster meeting Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you very much, Zunair, for splendid explanation of your role as well as role explanation by your team. Just to add one thing, that the house council is also supposed to keep a note of the repetition, if there is unnecessary repetition of any particular word or phrase which is not necessary, is not intended, but is being said out of unconsciousness, we have to also keep a note of that. Before we start the first segment, the prepared speech segment, we have a custom. A 1-minute joke master. Okay, we have a joke master. Welcome.
It's in Urdu if you allow me.
Okay.
Okay. एक फकीर सदा लगाता है, बाबा बहुत भूखा हूँ, खाने के लिए कुछ दो। लड़की, टमाटर खाओ। फकीर, चलो टमाटर ही दे दो, बड़ी भूख लगी है। अंदर से अम्मी की आवाज आती है, बाबा माफ करना, ये तोतली है, कह रही है कमा कर खाओ।
Okay, so we are all set for the prepared speakers. Today we have 7 prepared speakers. So we have to be quick. First speech, Toastmaster Masood Said, Level 1, Project number 2, Feedback and Evaluation, Speech number 1. Title, Do You Have a Plan? Title, Do You Have a Plan? And the speech objectives are...
Should I recite that?
Yes, please.
The purpose statement of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic receive feedback and apply that feedback on a second project. The purpose of the speech for the member is to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So what is going to be done is that he will deliver the project, I will give the evaluation, and he will apply that evaluation and feedback on the next project, on the next speech of the same project. So he will make up the deficiencies if any. If there is required. Thank you.
Okay, please welcome Masood Said.
There is a saying, so fail to plan, plan to fail. ये क्या है? इसको पकड़ नहीं सीधा क्यों? नीचे करेंगे तो मूव करेगा ये में कर लीजिए. Okay. So there is a saying which says, fail to plan, plan to fail. So today I am going to talk about planning. How important is planning and what is planning? So when I thought about this topic, the first thing I did was to get a definition from the dictionary. So I looked up in the dictionary and it says, planning is a series of steps to be carried out to accomplish a certain goal. Definition number 2, act of formulating a program for a definite course of action. So if you have a goal, you have to take a course of action and you have to plan how are you going to take that course of action. For example, if you want to go to Islamabad, you have to plan your journey. I will start at such and such time and I will go by the motorway or the GT road, and this is how long it will take and I will get there by such and such time. So that would be your plan. Now, every day we do some planning from the time we get up till the time we sleep. When we are asleep, then of course there is no planning, you just sleep. And for example, when I had to come here at 6 o'clock, I said, oh, my GPS says I will take at least 45 minutes with all the traffic to get here. So obviously to get here by 6 o'clock, I have to start by 5:15. And this is what I did, and I got here by 6 o'clock. Very good plan, worked very well. I believe in planning a lot, When I was young, I was an engineer. I was a planning engineer. So I learned a lot of planning. And I used to apply planning everywhere, even in my house. So when my daughter was getting married, I said to my wife and my daughter, we have to make a plan. So they laughed at me, what are you talking? And my daughter said, oh, this is not your office. Do your planning in your office. This is our home. We will do whatever we want to do. But anyway, secretly I made a plan on my laptop. And it had all the list of things to do and when they have to be done. And when the time came, I printed it out and I showed it to them. They said, see, this is the plan. Now we'll go by this plan. And when the event started, we used to have a morning meeting. Everybody used to get together, we used to make a list, look at the plan, okay, and then we would do the job. So the result was that everything went very smoothly. So then my family said, oh, very good, you are a good planner. So when the time came for the next marriage of my next daughter, and they said, oh, make a plan, make a plan. I said, oh, sure, why not? So I made a plan. So this is how planning helps. Now in our life also, we have to have some kind of a plan. So I have listed down 4 plans which you should have. Number 1 is your career. You should have a career plan, that what you're going to be after, say, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and 20 years from now, till the time you retire. I used to do all this. And if you see old files in my laptop, you will find these kind of plans. I used to make a projection that my promotions are going in this way, so after 5 years I should be at that level. And then I used to monitor that, is my plan working or not. Second thing is financial planning. Now financial planning is difficult, but absolutely necessary. Now, all of you are very young compared to me. And when I was your age, I never thought that I will one day retire. But that day came in my life. And I retired, and I had no job. They said, okay, now you can go home. You have no job. No job means no income. So it's only financial planning which gets you or gives you income when you don't have a job. And this will happen to all of you, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever. But this is a fact of life. You will grow up like I have grown up, and a day will come when you will be 60 years old, and then you will have no income. So think of that day. When you have no income, what will you do? From where will you make your chapatis and have it? From where you will have? From where will you go to McDonald's for a burger? Right? So think of all these things and do your financial planning. I did all that, and it's all in my laptop, what I did. And when the time came, after 60, I started getting all that back. Now, alhamdulillah, because of that, I have a comfortable living. My wife is happy. I am happy. So, third thing is, of course, retirement planning, which is again connected to this. So, in retirement, you got to see that, okay, what will be your projected requirement at that time, income, how much income I should have at that time. And then based on that, you can do your financial planning, how much you would save and then invest so that you can get that return when you are at 60. Of course, then the fourth thing is family planning. You need to decide, you are young people, when are you going to get married, how many children you're going to have, and at what age. Because when you get married, for men, the wife becomes your responsibility. So you have to take care of your wife. And when you have children, the children become your responsibility. You have to take care of your children. And right from the beginning till the age of 25, when they become old enough to go out and start earning themselves. So that's another planning which is required. So all in all, planning is very important, and one should always think about planning all the time. I do that and organize my day every day and plan my day every day. So I'll conclude on another saying: plan your work, work your plan, and your plan will work. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Hussain for giving us an insight into why planning is important. As speakers and postmasters, as role players, we also have to plan and plan well. And I have planned to wrap up this first session quickly. Speaker number 2, Murtaza Khan. Speech title, Humanity. Time, 5 to 7 minutes. This is his second project from the level 1. The first speech of the evaluation and feedback segment, and this speech will be time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes, and this speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Noor Khan. And the speech objectives are: the speaker is to give a speech on a topic, receive feedback, and then use that feedback in another project in future. Please welcome Murtaza Khan.
ये हम बस ये जो इसको चलो Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is my second speech, which first of all I would like to say that I am a alert. So when I said means so you know I feel just problem. Today I am asked to deliver a speech on the topic of unity. I shall try to express my voice of opinion on this. Allah has sent all human beings into this world as best of creation and has given us a lot more mercy that we as human beings are blessed with a religion like Islam. Whatever the religion of the world, the character of humanity is prominent and prominent. Every religion of the world show the way of unity. Humility means that when any human being human being such help wants and you help him and in our society we find many compassionate chance that we ignore. So we have to help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Murtaza. You made a wonderful effort. You came here and you delivered your project. Next, speaker number 3, Samiullah. Speech is titled Believe in. Time 5 to 7 minutes. Same project, same level. Level 1, project number 2 from the feedback and evaluation session of the level 1. And the speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah. So please welcome Toastmaster Samiullah.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. It's a pleasure to have such intellectual audience and I am very thankful to Stammer Talk speaker for this. My topic of discussion is believe in yourself. I want to share some important ideas with you. Life is too short to realize your real dream and too long to waste your time on the things which we don't want. Most of us fail to listen to your own voice, the voice they delayed our own heart and knock our conscience. Don't try to kill your own voice, your desire, your desire and your dreams. Yes, it is not easy, but you can do. Just start to believe in yourself. Think about it for a minute. If you don't believe in yourself that you can do, you cannot do something. Just think about for 1 minute. Something you cannot do. I think I am feeling very confused.
No.
Take your time. We could wait.
Go ahead.
10 seconds, 15 seconds, you can hold on. No worries.
You can think about it. We want to listen.
Yes.
The story behind it.
I can check mobile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Think about it for a minute. If you don't really believe that you can do something, you are not going to give your full effort, and without your full effort, your chances of successfully achieving your goal are greatly reduced. Also, if your goal requires help from others, then you need they believe in you. When you don't believe in yourself, why then why would believe in you? Every successful goal you cannot achieve without believing in yourself. Does not matter how many degrees and abilities you have. Anything does not work if you don't believe in yourself.
Thank you very much, Samiullah, for delivering your speech project. The next speech is an advanced speech project number 32. The speech is titled, "The Leader I Admire the Most." It's from the manual Special Occasion Speeches, and the project is second project, which is about speaking in praise. And the objectives are: prepare a speech praising or honoring someone, either living or dead. Address 5 areas concerning the individual and his or her accomplishments. Include anecdotes illustrating points within the speech. Time is 5 to 7 minutes, and speech will be evaluated by Zunair Zafar.
Who is the speaker?
स्पीकर का बताया नहीं कौन है
And the speaker is already on the stage.
Okay.
Stanley Wolpert, the author of the numerous books on history of India and the subcontinent, said in his book Jinnah of Pakistan, that few individuals have significantly changed the course of the world. Fewer still were able to change the history. Hardly anyone can be credited with creating a nation state. But Muhammad Ali Jinnah did all three. Such was his brilliance that he created a nation state out of nowhere. It's an uphill task. But let's us discuss few of his magnificent personality traits which are unmatched and rare to find. Number one is impeccable integrity. Qaid was a man of integrity. He would never compromise on principles. And we can say that we can get numerous lectures and trainings on each of his personality traits. Here is an example of his integrity. In the 1942 and 43 elections, Muslim League was not much in control of the situation. They were lacking support. One of the candidates of Muslim League was Mr. Isfahani, and his supporters were there all gathering support and doing rallies. They also approached the opponent of Mr. Isfahani and offered him rupees 250 to just get out of that competition. When the matter was brought to the knowledge of Mr. Jinnah, he said, Mr. Isfahani, remember, morality is more important in public than in private life. Because when you do something wrong in public, you compromise the integrity of the people and they get affected. So that is the credibility of a leader, that he does not compromise on integrity and always keep the levels high for the rest to follow. The second important trait of Qaid's personality was honesty beyond doubt. Qaid is not have been reported in any fair, in any book or any literature to have been lied. It was always the congressmen from the Indian Congress, they used to back out from the agreements like the Bombay talks or the other concords like that. But never it has happened that Qaid was reported to have lied anywhere or even back out from his sayings or agreements. One of his very famous saying is that think 100 times before taking a decision. But when you take that decision, stand by it like a one man. The third important trait of Qaid's personality is sense of humor. Qaid used to get education from an English teacher, and he was very witty, and he used to criticize Muslims. One day, they both were having meal, and his teacher said, "You know, Jinnah, a dog and a bird cannot eat together." And Qaid grasped the occasion and said, "Okay, so I should fly now." The teacher got really annoyed and made his mind that I will take revenge. So he asked him another question. "Jinnah, you know, if you are going on a road and you find two pouches, one contains wealth and the other wisdom, which one will you pick?" He said, "I will pick the one with the money." "Hey, I know you are very clever, but why would you pick money?" He said, "One would pick that one what he needs. So I need money, I will pick that. Maybe you will pick the other one." The third important trait of Qaid's personality, which I admire, is his honesty, that he was dead honest and he never compromised. But the other aspect is that of character. He was very graceful. He always had a big heart, and whenever he confronted different leaders from the Indians, from the British, he never backed down. He had an amazing ability to lead and to inspire. Whomever he had a chance to meet, that person will not go uninspired. He always had that ability to inspire, that charisma, that you can say radiation energy, which whenever you approach someone, that energy is quickly grasped. So all in all, these traits make Quaid-e-Azam a wonderful leader, and we can all learn so many things from him. So I would like to conclude by a small phrase from a poem of William Wordsworth Longfellow. He said that lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leaves behind us footprints on the sand of time. Thank you. Next speech project is by Toastmasters Sumera. Speech is titled Believe in Yourself. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. Again the same project, level 1 and second project, which means that she has to come and deliver a project, receive feedback and apply it in the next project. Am I right?
It's 2.2.
2.2.
Yes.
So that means she has already delivered a speech project and received the feedback, and she has to now apply that feedback into this speech, and we will see that what improvements she has made, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Chaudhry Nadeem. So please welcome Toastmaster Sumera.
Assalamualaikum, this is Sumera Nisar. There was a child in a village of Japan. He was from a very poor family. They were that much poor that he has to leave his school, and he just went for doing some job to support his family. So he was getting up early in the morning and then going to the work, and after doing the work he was used to take care of the children of his employer. So the time passed on, and what happened then? He got another opportunity, and he got a job in electricity company. So over there he developed interest in making the bulbs and all that, the sockets, and where they are going to fix the bulb actually. I think that is the socket. I think.
Yes.
Okay. So he was not educated. He was not having money, but what he was having was a belief in himself. He was dreaming of doing something different, something unique. So he started learning and experimenting, and then he was just able to develop a new version of the sockets. So he got that idea and he presented over there in front of his boss, and the boss said no, it won't work, it won't work. But he was not discouraged. He said that this idea will work someday. He went to his friends. He asked for some money or some help. They said no, you can't leave the job because you don't have the experience, you don't have enough money, and even you don't have the education. So how it will work? But at the age of 22, he just took a decision and he left his well-established job. And with the help of his wife, he started working at his home. They started making that sockets over there. And then both of them were going door to door to sell their product. But no one was interested in taking that. At that time, he just got discouraged. He said, I can't do it. So, he thought he should leave this thing and he should go for the job again. But then all of a sudden, from nowhere, he got an opportunity. He got a big order of making 1,000 sockets. He started working on that, and after 100 years of getting that order, nowadays that company is having 250,000 employees with $65 billion annual income. And that person name is Konsuke Matsushita, and he is the founder of the company Panasonic. And we know Panasonic is everywhere. Is everywhere right now. So what lesson we are getting from this story? That sometime in our life we think that we are not able to do anything actually. And the people around us, we are not going to give us a pat that you can do it. At that certain point, you have to save yourself. You have to save your energies, and then one day, all of a sudden, you will get a chance to prove yourself, to show your uniqueness, to show that you can do it as that person does. So in our life, we experience the things like this. Sometimes in our education background, we are going for a specific field and we think that we are not going to get the success over there. And if we are in pursuit of success, we have to chase our dreams. We have to keep that courage in our mind that we can do it. And one day, all of a sudden, we will be successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunera, for bringing up a splendid and captivating topic, believing in yourself. They say, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Another statement from the great Muhammad Ali, the boxer, he once said regarding the power of self-belief. He said, saying to his opponent, if you ever dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize. The next and the last prepared speaker today is Toastmaster Zunair Zafar. He is going to deliver level 1, project number 2. This is the first speech.
That's the second speech.
This is the second speech, which means that he has already delivered a speech project, received feedback. Today is going to imply that feedback to this current speech, and time is 5 to 7 minutes. And this speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster DDM Masood Said. So please welcome Zunair.
I reached my home from office, opened door, came in, and suddenly my son came running to me, Baba, 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 and came to my leg. And he said, Baba, please tell me a story. And as he said that, he handed me a storybook. So I took the storybook and said, sure child, come, sit with me. So I sat on the sofa, sat him with me, opened the storybook on a random page, and the story was Cinderella. Now, all of you must have read the storybook Cinderella while you were young, but in case you have forgotten, let me give you a fast revision of that story. The story is about a kid, a girl who gets orphaned, her mother dies, her father gets married again, she gets 2 stepsisters, her mother is very cruel, stepsisters also tease her, then Prince throws a ball, everyone gets to go there, she is not allowed to, and then when everyone is gone, she is crying, she gets a fairy godmother, she comes, gives her a wish, and she goes to the ball, and when she comes back, after that Prince comes searching for her, and they live happily ever after. Now that is the version I remembered. But as I started narrating the story to my kid, this time the story was a bit different. Now don't get me wrong, it was the same story written. The way I was analyzing it was quite different. And I tell you why. First of all, the story said that the stepmother and stepsisters were cruel because they made her do home chores. Now what's wrong with that? All of us are supposed to work at our home, helping our parents, mothers with washing dishes, cleaning the home, and there's nothing wrong with that. So why was she being created like a victim just because she was working at home? And it doesn't end there. When the invitation to the ball came, her mother did not allow her to go. What's so wrong with that? If your parents tell you not to go to a party which is happening late in a palace, they must have something in their mind. And you're not a victim just because you don't get to go to a party. And she did. She disobeyed her parents. But the story still tells that it was her right. Why? I'm not sure. And then that fairy godmother. Now what's with that 12 o'clock limit? I mean, the wish comes with a 12 o'clock limit. It doesn't happen like that. And Cinderella wasn't so clever. Fairy godmother gave her a wish, and what she asked for? To go to the ball. That's it. She could have asked to marry the prince directly. She could have asked to become a princess. She could have asked for anything else. But she asked to go to a party. She's so dumb. And what's with the prince? A typical prince. He dances with that girl, doesn't ask her name, doesn't know anything about her. When she leaves, he is so possessive that he wants to marry her directly without knowing anything about her or her background, just having a shoe to search her for. He could have at least asked for the name so that he could have searched her later. Now, while I was pointing out all these things in my mind, I noticed my kid actually enjoyed that story. When I asked him what's the moral of the story, and it was something like, if you are good, then good things happen to you. I wanted to tell him, no kid, the moral of the story is, if you disobey your parents, you get to live a really happy life. I didn't. I did not want to spoil his happiness because he had actually enjoyed that time with me when I was narrating him this story. He was not like me, over-analyzing. Fellow Toastmasters, what happens is, as we grow up, we become clever and a bit over-clever. We start analyzing things and then we over-analyze things. We try to find the hidden meaning in everything. We try to find what is the background of this thing. Why are things happening in this way? We never take things on their face value. And the result is, kids are happy, we are not. If I ask all of you to close your eyes for a moment and think about that room you used to live in when you were a kid, what is that memory that you will have? Spending time with your siblings or cousins? Hiding in under the table or anything? It will always be a really happy memory. You'll always remember how you used to enjoy that space. But if you go back there, you will always notice something wrong with that place. You will always notice it's not very airy, it's not very big, there's no proper lighting, the furniture probably is cranky, something of that sort. Why? Because we have become clever. Because we try to find that problem in things because we overanalyze things. So, fellow Toastmasters, try this thing in your daily life that at least once a week, be like a kid or be with kids and be like them. Just close that mind of yours, stop analyzing things, take everything on face value, and that 1 hour or one session will be the happy time of your life. And you'll feel refreshed, and probably that refreshment and that energy will take you through another week or so before you again need this session. So the moral of the story is, don't overanalyze. And that Cinderella is stupid. Thank you. Mr. Professor.
Thank you very much. Yes. Final speaker, Chaudhry Muhammad Nadeem, and I would like to invite him to come and explain the speech objectives. I will take the charge. You are the
Explain the scenario.
Okay. Thank you, Arjun. Before I start my project, let me explain the objectives. Objectives are to prepare a talk to persuade a hostile audience to at least consider your position on a controversial issue. Demonstrate sincerity when presenting your viewpoint. So, scenario is that I'm a CEO of a company, and due to some reason we are going to fire 2,000 employees. So you all are employees of the company, and I am here to explain the scenario.
So we are going to be fired?
Yeah. And then first I will present my speech, then there will be question answer session. And time allowed is
Okay.
3 to 5 minutes for the presentation. 3 to 5 minutes for presentation. And 2 to 3 minutes for question answer.
Okay. Who knows, the second session will be question answer to somewhere else.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A very warm welcome to the employees of Suzuki Motors Pakistan Limited. As a chief executive of the company, I have called this special meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be aware that Suzuki Motors Pakistan Limited was established in 1982. Since its inception, company made remarkable progress in terms of production and sale of cars. It was a joint venture of the Suzuki Motors Japan Limited and the local investors. And the Japanese company invested $1 billion in Pakistan. And they also transferred latest technology in this country. Initially, we started with one car which was Suzuki FX, and it became the favorite car of the local customers. Then, with the passage of time, we make the other models like Mehran, Curtis, Baleno, Liana, and Suzuki Swift, and many other models. And these models become very successful in the local market because the quality of the products was very good and price was very affordable. Due to this success, company earned huge profits. And the stock share of the company was included in the KSE 100 index. And we also pay regular dividend to the shareholders. And not only this, we transferred these benefits to employees of the company. We have been paying 2 bonuses per year to all the employees. And we are also paying the medical bills of employees and their families. And then we also arrange to the Japan for the technical training of the employees. But for the last 2 years, we are suffering some losses. The reason is that there are more competitors in the market. Now, you know, the cars are being imported from the other countries, and there are new players in the market. So, because of this, we are suffering these losses. And keeping in view this situation, the management had decided to take up the BMR in the company, and we are going to the automation. We are going to import fully automated plant which will be installed in the new location, and we are going to fire 2,000 employees. I know this is a very tough decision. This is one of the toughest decisions I have taken during my tenure in this company. But in every organization, you have to take tough decisions, because these decisions can make or break the organization. But we are going to pay 3 months' salary. In addition to these, other benefits like gratuity and leave encashment, so that you can find a suitable job. With this, now I will announce that this floor is open for questions. If you have any question, you can ask. Yes, sir.
I've been working in the organization for 35 years. Now you're firing me, telling me that I don't work here. How can you sleep at night?
Yes. See, it is true. As I mentioned, it was a very difficult decision for me. And this decision was taken in the interest of the company. Because this decision was taken in the meeting of the board of directors, and they decided to take this tough decision.
Sir, I have been working for a very long time. I am a technical person and I understand this industry. Can you talk to Indus Motors and give my name there? Maybe they have.
Yeah, sure. We are always here to help you. As I mentioned, we will giving you a 3 months salary for the period you are finding a job, and I am personally here to help all you people, because this company, this level, it is only because of you people. Yes, yes, sir.
How many cars do you have in your stock right now? Extra. Definitely there would be many cars, and you can give these cars to us.
Yeah, sure, we can give you only installment, but not for free. Yes, sir.
So you sold Mehran for 20 to 25 years with same shape, with no really innovation, and so when competitors offer more things that the customers demand, and now you have failed and you are fighting us, it was your job to innovate, and I think you should be fired instead of us.
Very good question, but you have to take into account the economic situation of the country. Because we kept this model at the same level, because price should be economical. That's why we kept the same level. Yes.
Why don't you cut the salary of higher management? Why are you firing us? Those higher management people don't do anything. You, instead of your salary, you can keep 30 employees here.
Yeah, as I mentioned, for the last 2 years we are sustaining these losses, and for the last 2 years there is no increment.
So are you cutting the management salary as well? Are you firing them or just firing us?
No, maybe this decision will be taken in the board of the meeting. Thank you.
So fellow Toastmasters, now we are done with the prepared speech session. It's time for the timer's report followed by voting. So may I request the timer to please give his report.
Thank you, Ali. Our first speaker was Mr. Suicide. Time allowed was 5 to 7 minutes, and he took 7 minutes and 28 seconds. Second speaker was Murtaza Khan. Time allowed was 5 to 7 minutes, and he took 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Is he qualified or not?
Yes, sir.
According to rules, he is not qualified.
Not qualified. Okay.
Samiullah, 4 minutes and 5 seconds, is also not qualified. Then Ali Amjad, 6 minutes and 37 seconds, is qualified. Sumaira Nisar, 5 minutes, she is also qualified. Then Zunair Rufar, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, is also qualified. And the last speaker, myself, Nadeem, I'm also qualified
Yes.
by taking both the times.
Okay, so now you can vote for. Please donate the
Don't vote for me.
Well, not for me.
The two are out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only name those who can be voted for.
Okay. Then Sumaira Nisar. Where is she?
She's left because of some reason.
Okay. Then Ali Amjad,
Okay.
myself, Jabir.
So it's just between you two. And Sumara.
Excellent, of course.
Yes,
So
finally.
please vote for who you think is the best prepared speaker. We will observe a 5 minute
First,
break.
yeah, the best speaker.
So, continue. No break. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The President,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Ahmad Abdullah, take the charge.
Thank you. The first session was amazing. There were speeches on the best leader, and they were also Cinderella. And we also talked about to believing oneself. So that was great. So this session is about prompt speech. You come here and a topic will be given to you, and you will talk on that topic for 2 to 3 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so the maximum time is 2 minutes.
2 minutes and 15 seconds.
15
is the
seconds.
period.
Okay. So now who would like to volunteer and come here so that we proceed. Yes. Yes, please. Why not?
Thank you. Have a clap for me.
So we have seen, listened the story of Cinderella, and we've seen the flaws in the story. So
Flaws in the story.
flaws in the story.
Flaws in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if one day you wake up and you are Cinderella? What you will do? I think
Okay.
Is this a tough question?
Yes. Of course, it's a tough question. Yes, I will try. I will try.
Your time starts now.
Yeah. Since I am a Cinderella and one day I'm waking up and I found myself that I'm a Cinderella, obviously that would be some amazing feelings. But I would also consider about my other two sisters, because I'm so compassionate about, I have feelings for them as well. So I would not want those facilities, those good life for me only. So I would also think about them as well. Because of course they are my sisters. Maybe they are my stepsisters, I think. But at the end of the day, they are my sisters. So it would be totally unfair not to think about them. What I would do is that I would sacrifice, and I would say to my prince, that prince, I'm not going to marry you anymore. I'm not meant for you. This sister of mine, she's a good choice for you. So you better marry this girl. And obviously, at that point in time, my dad's stepsister would feel great that, okay, this sister of mine is so compassionate, thinking about me. Now let become a new person. Not to be like that old one who is jealous, who is always thinking bad about my stepsister, who is going to marry that prince. So what I would do is to sacrifice for my dead sister and let her marry that princess. So this is what I would prefer to do. I would not take revenge. I would not go for vengeance. So this is my choice. This is what I would like to give a message to everyone, to think about those who are not living up to the mark. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that was a wonderful point of view as compared to the traditional story where the family is a villain. So, moving on. So, who would next like to come here? Who is youngest here? Yes, Anas, please. Let me ask him a little bit about you, then we will proceed. So, tell me about yourself, what you do.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Anas Wakar, and I am a student of class 10th. I am doing my metric from Garrison, and I am also a very good basketball player. I have recently played in the Lahore region, and we defeated Gujranwala. So,
very nice. Very nice. So, as you like sports, so in future, if you become a sports star, what you will do, and what your life preferences will be. So you have 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes, and you can start now. Is that fine? Can you do it? Okay. That's
If I would be a sports star, so my first priority that will be my mind that my country is my pride. So I will make my country proud that I will play better, and I will make my country proud. And the second thing that nowadays sports stars, they do not interact with their fans. They think that their fans are happy with them. So the thing I will do, I will respect my fans, because who I will be because of them. So first thing, my country, and second thing, my fans. So I will try my best to make my country proud and to give my fans time. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you. Well, that was very nice. Thank you. And moving on, I would like to invite the only female here to come on the stage. Thank you. Little bit first, tell us about yourself, and then we will proceed.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Fiza Ismail, and I am a medical student. I'm currently in 4th year, and I'm from Continental Medical College. That's my statement.
That's nice. So, as a future professional doctor, how you what are your goals or aims in life, and what you like or dislike about this medical profession? Yeah.
So first of all, my goals when I become a doctor will be, well, I must say that my goal is not limited to the fact that I will do these things when I become a doctor. I am already a president of an organization from my own college, and I'm already trying to kind of work on the things that I already dreamt of, like of helping people. So I have 2 to 3 initiatives in my mind that I am going to start almost next month. So my goal are basically helping the people who actually needs it. Like we see the government institutions, the differentiation of government institutes and the private institutes, how private hospitals do better than government hospitals. So my first thing is to kind of equalize the both things. If I hope in future will be capable of doing that. So that's like my kind of a big goal, to do something for Pakistan in which I can actually play my role as a woman to help my own people and the people who actually need it. Especially the people who live in like urban, who live in like rural areas and who need it. And the second point was the likes and dislikes of being a medical student and becoming a doctor. Being very honest, I didn't think of when I was a student of FSC, I didn't think of becoming a doctor. It was kind of a pushed up thing from my parents. But as I became a medical student, I realized the kind of power it gives you as a doctor, and the power you have in your hands when you actually are treating the patients, and the feedbacks they are giving to you. So that's the best thing. When you become a doctor, the prayers you get and the actual connection, the bond you create to your patients is the best thing I like. And the dislike, the thing I dislike about medical profession on every level, or college level, organizational level, government level, is the corruption. it's a big word, I know, but corruption on the basis of like the people who actually should be on the first row, the people who actually deserves it, do not deserve it, maybe probably because of nepotism or something else. So that's the kind of thing I want to target as a woman, as a powerful person of this society. Like I want to, that's why I came here, and I'm willing to join this to just improve my skills so that I can become a valuable person of this society someday. Thank you.
Hafiza is very passionate about her profession and studies. So this is the spark we need in us, in our lives at every time to move ahead. Now I would like to invite, who will be the next one? Dr. Khalid? Please. It's fine. To the stage on the first time is not so easy. For me, when I started, it was very difficult for me. I got blank and so on. But with time and with practice, you fall, you get up and you fight again and again. Try until you succeed. Yeah. So this is the thing. So briefly tell about yourself so that people would know. Then we will proceed with the question.
Can I speak Urdu?
Yeah, sure.
नाम खालिद हनीफ है. बेसिकली मेरा ताल्लुक बाबू नगर से है. तो स्टैमरर हूँ बचपन से. तो अभी चूँकि बड़ी सेल्फ एफर्ट की थी, क्योंकि माशरे में स्टैमर के साथ कैसे डील करते हैं कि सारे लोग बेटर जानते हैं. तो बड़ी खुशी भी हुई, हौसला भी हुआ. तो मेरा उधर से स्टेज पे आना, जो कि मेरा एक टॉप का खौफ है, यही है स्टेज पे आके बोलना. तो बाकी है कि इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे, आते रहेंगे अपने लिए. बाकी बहुत शुक्रिया.
बस आपसे एक छोटा सा सवाल कि आप जिंदगी में अब तक कोई ऐसी लम्हा आया हो बहुत मुश्किल था, और जिस तरह आपने उसे किया, बड़ा फील करते हो यार प्राउड कि ये काम मैंने किया है, आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ इट. वो थोड़ा सा शेयर करें.
बेसिकली स्टैमर का जो एक इशू होता है वो सीखना. क्लास में हो तो आप क्योंकि स्टैमर बोलते नहीं हैं, तो आप जब कुछ पूछेंगे नहीं तो आप सीखेंगे नहीं. तो मैं फील करता हूँ कि ये स्टैमर की बहुत बड़ी एक खामी है, जो पूछना नहीं है, वजह उसकी स्टैमरिंग है. तो ये एक्चुअली फार्मासिस्ट हूँ, हम क्या लोग चाहते हो फॉर्म भी किया है मैंने. ऐसे ही अल्लाह का एहसान है कि हो गया, कर लिया. और ये जो क्योंकि स्कूलिंग में तो आज अल्लाह का शुक्र है मैं यहाँ पर खड़ा हूँ. स्कूलिंग में तो शायद मैं अपना नाम तक नहीं बता सकता था. तो अभी एक दो मेरे भाई जो हैं, ये शायद मेरी स्कूलिंग से बेटर थे, इसलिए तो हालात ऐसे थे कि मैं अपना नाम भी नहीं बता सकता था, तो उसमें फिर आदमी सीखेगा क्या। तो बस ये एक है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एजुकेशन हासिल की और ख़ास अल्लाह का एहसान था कि कर ली। बाकी एक कमियाँ फिर होती रही हैं स्टैमिना की वजह से, जो शायद एक आम आदमी पूछ के सीखता है, स्टैमिना में ये कमी होती है।
So this is the only step you need to take to come from there to here, and then the journey begins. So next, without wasting time, I would like to invite Mr. Asad to come here. Thank you. He came here all the way from Anarawa, I think. Yeah. Please. So tell us about yourself a little bit. Yeah.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद असद है। मैं जिला नारोवाल से बिलोंग करता हूँ। अभी लास्ट ईयर मैंने एरिड एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी रावलपिंडी से MS मुकम्मल किया है। अभी मैं आज कल मैं कार्टन बेल खराज एक उसमें मैं काम कर रहा हूँ।
Very nice. This is a step you have taken, and the journey has started. So that was really a great effort that you have come here and you introduced yourself. So that was really amazing. Yeah. So next, I would like to invite Mr. Abdullah. Come here. How are you? So tell us about yourself. Yeah.
My name is Abdullah bin Masood, and I am a certified public accountant. I got a degree in 2019, March 2019, and I am working as senior accounts officer in MST Tire and Rubber Company. I do STEM work, not too much, but sometime when I see some crowd get pressure on me during some interviews, then I stammer a lot. During studies in classrooms, especially when I speak in Urdu, I stammer a lot as well as speaking English. So in class, I usually give answer in English rather than in Urdu. That's why my teacher judged me that he stammers. That's why he is speaking English, and she asked me to join this group and asked him to come here.
That's very nice. So there will be a question for you. So should I ask a simple question, or are you ready for a difficult question?
Ask her. I will start.
Okay, let's start. Okay. So one day you woke up and you were Firdaus Ashik Aban. What you will do the whole day? The floor is yours. And you can start now.
Press conference.
What a press conference.
First of all, you will faint.
Are you ready?
Announce it to my neighbors.
Okay. So
But you can say that question.
oh, okay. So one day you wake up and you are Mahira Khan. So how you spend your whole day?
Still not happening.
Still not happening.
He wants to go back to sleep.
Sulaiman Khan.
Okay. Salman Khan? Maybe.
Not a role of anyone. You can ask another.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, so what you like or you dislike the most in your field? Shed some light on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that fine? Your time starts now.
The thing I like about my field is that you start judging things analytically and everything in numbers. You have a skeptical mind every time to judge people, to judge the situations, to judge different things. And from the bad side, with the age which I have read the articles about these things, that being an auditor in a longer term, you become much more skeptical that you are using this approach all over the time, and this become your habit, and this will irritate other people that your skeptic mind. That's.
Thank you. So moving forward, the last guy who would like to come here. I think the one left without spoken is Mr. Mayor. Yes, so I would like to come here. Thank you. So as you are you are a mechanical engineer.
Yes.
So if you get the chance to build the first car for Pakistan, how you will do that? If you got the opportunity, how you will do that?
Well, I think to make the first car
Yes, your time is now.
locally. So I think a lot of companies are making cars in ventures with international organization, as Adim Rupai has said. Aduki has been making cars since 1982, I think, with local investors. So as a mechanical engineer, I think I would be honored to serve my country and take the technological innovations in vehicles to next level, so we can compete in the local market as well as internationally, so we can enhance our exports, so we will be less reliant on other countries and other companies for their investments and their technology. So I think I should. I think I would focus on electrical cars more, as the whole of the industry is shifting from internal combustion engines to electrical cars. So I think I would work on that as it is becoming more competitive nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that was a very fantastic session, and in this session, many people have spoken for the first time. So this is a new journey for them. So I congratulate you all for taking the daring step from coming there to here. As this is only a few steps, but you take a lot of courage to come here. So, a round of applause for everyone. Yes. Now, I would like to invite the timer to come here and present the report.
So, all these speakers are qualified, with the exception of Fida Ismail. She took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. She is not qualified, and I will name the winning speaker. Please raise your hands. Noor Khan, Anas, Khalid Hanif, Muhammad Asad, what is your name? Abdullah, please. Umair. So you can vote for the best.
Thank you guys. Now is the time to vote, please.
An odd event in the life of Allama Iqbal. In his teen age, he did a murder.
A real murder?
Yes. And guess what? He was very lucky. That was the time when he was studying in college, Government College Lahore. And when the matter was brought to the justice and court investigation, they found that his class fellow had marked his proxy on that very time. And that is the only reason he got spared. Because at the time of the murder, it was revealed that there was a class going on, and he said that I was not there, I was in the class.
I think this is not a correct story.
This is a correct story. When I heard it, I was also sort of astonished. But I just did some research from 2 to 3 people. I'm also connected with the family of Allama Iqbal, his grandchildren, Munib Iqbal and Malik Iqbal. So, you know that? Yes. So now it's time for the evaluation session, and I would like to hand the control to the general evaluator. Please welcome Zunair.
Thank you. So we are starting the third session of the meeting, which is the evaluation session. We will start with the speech evaluators. The first speaker was Toastmaster Masood Saeed, but the evaluator, Toastmaster Atif Irfan, he is not here. I believe he has given you the written evaluation, so verbal evaluation you can get on phone. The next speech was delivered by Toastmaster Murtaza Khan, and this speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Noor. Toastmaster Noor, can we have you here for the evaluation of speech delivered by Toastmaster Murtaza Khan? A huge round of applause.
Toastmaster Murtaza Khan, congratulations. I am so impressed with your performance, because you have recently delivered your first project, The Icebreaker, and you suddenly jump towards the second project. So that's a great initiative. I would like to highly commend you for that. Because personally, when I started my journey as a Toastmaster, it took me at least 6 months to deliver my first project. And then the second project, it took another, I think, 4 to 5 months. So that was so nerve-breaking by that time for me. So in your case, you're so courageous. You immediately started working on the next project. So that was amazing. And then I would come towards your performance here. You were standing with such confidence. I love your posture. I love your eye contact that you maintain with everyone, especially with me. That's a requirement. Amazing job you did. And your hand gestures, though you were holding a paper with one hand, but still you were somehow making gestures with the other hand. So that is something highly appreciable. There are many things that is standing you out. So there are things that there will be different hurdles in this journey, and you have to cross over these hurdles. And we are still crossing these hurdles. It's quite normal for everyone, for every speaker. And in your case, especially when you stammer, what I believe that when initially I started my journey, I wish that somehow if I could start stammering so that I could, what I would say that मैं अपने आप को बचा सकूं उस शर्मिंदगी से.
Could hide from that.
Exactly. This is how I was feeling in the beginning. कि ज़मीन फट जाए और मैं उसके अंदर दाखिल हो जाऊं और कुछ ना कुछ हो जाए बस मैं ये करूँ ना ये काम. Public speaking मुझसे ना हो. But now after delivering so many sessions, participating, it becomes so easy now. So everyone who stammers, I think there's something extra edge for you that at least you are focused on the stammer. The rest of the things become easier for you to face the audience, to overcome other hurdles, because they are not your focus. So now you have extra time to focus on the stammering alone. So that's what I call as an area of strength for you. And the great speakers of the world used to be stammerers, believe you me. So it's a great opportunity for you. Now, some of the recommendation for you to improve, right? And obviously, the self-hug posture that you made in the beginning, that I would like you not to do that again. Okay, try your best. Start with open arms, open hands, open body language. Utilize it. And then the notes. So these are two things that I would like you to work on in your next project. And I am waiting for your third project. And you can do that.
Anxiously waiting.
Yeah. And if you don't do that, I will after you, pushing you. Thank you so much.
That was Toastmaster Noor evaluating the speech by Toastmaster Abdullah. Next speech was delivered by Toastmaster Samiullah, and the title is Believe in Yourself. This speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah. Please, a huge round of applause for Ahmed Abdullah.
Thank you.
Well, it's never easy to come on the stage and face audience, especially when you are a stammerer. But that was great, Sami, that you done here. You came on the stage and you stand with a firm posture. Like in my 2-3 speeches, the evaluation I got from Toastmaster Noor that I stand like this, not firm. So your standing was really good. You stand firm and you face the audience, and your voice was clear, and it was audible till the glass person sitting in the hall. So that was very nice. And you also use your hand gestures too to explain your point of view. This is also a plus point. But there are a few things to consider, as like everyone need improvement, and we are improving every day. So for that, to start with, when you come on the stage, your hand should be out, and when you see people, try to have eye contact with everyone, so that you'll be good. And the next thing is when you prepare your speech, try to rehearsal that at home, in front of the mirror or in front of friends or family, and try to or even when you are practice alone, try to imagine that there are so many people in front of you and you are talking, so that will help you to counter the anxiety you have faced here. So this is a start, and I hope, and like if you think that you will forget, so try to have some notes within the hand, small ones, to write the points. That will also help you out. So in the last, I would like to say you have done a great effort, and you are on the journey to become confident and fearless, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you.
That was Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah evaluating Toastmaster Samiullah. Next speaker was Toastmaster Ali Amjad, and he is going to be evaluated by myself, Zunaid Zafar. The speech title was The Leader I Admire the Most. This is from the Special Occasion Speeches Manual, and in this project, Toastmaster Ali was required to say some sentences in the praise of anyone who is either alive or dead. You ticked off most of the checkboxes. So you told a number of qualities and different aspects of Kite, and you structured it really well. So you were going like first thing, second thing, third thing, and we could all go along with that structure of the speech. We didn't get lost because there were so many amazing things that you were telling. And you narrated them and supported them with stories. Stories are something that everyone can connect with, and they are most inspirational. So not only did we get to know a number of things about the person you were praising, but also we could understand through those stories that it's not a personal opinion. It is something that was actually there, which was really great. One of the things that you were required to do in the project was to speak on a special occasion though, and that is the manual. So had we known what the occasion was, so was it the 25th of December, was it the birth of Kite, was it 14th August, how was this occasion related to the person? So are you trying to tell that on this day such a great person was born, or on this day we lost such an amazing person? How are we required to feel? That was the part that was missing, and that's something that the Toastmaster meeting, which again was yourself, was required to tell us that this is the occasion and he is going to speak on this person on this occasion, so that we know how that speech relates with that person. So in absence of that, it was a good speech about a person you were speaking in praise, but not on that specific occasion, and we could not connect to that occasion. Other than that, you were prepared really well. There was a lot of research. You delivered that speech in a really interesting manner, and like I said, it was really well structured, so well done. Thank you. Next speech was delivered by Toastmaster Smeran Nisar, and the speech title was Believe in Yourself. This speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Nadeem. However, since the speaker is not here, we can skip that, and I believe Toastmaster Nadeem will give her the written evaluation later. The last speaker, the next speaker was myself, topic being a not so Cinderella story. And this speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Masood Said. Toastmaster Masood, over to you.
Okay, Toastmaster Zunair, DTM Zunair is a chartered accountant. And that is why we saw so much of over-analysis of Cinderella story. I could never think to do this kind of thing, to analyze what I mean, it was truly very humorous and thought-provoking. So now, second thing is that because I don't know what was pointed out in your first speech, I can't find out that have you taken care of those or not. So because I can't do that, I'll just do an evaluation on my own, kind of independent. So basically, it was a splendid speech, done in a very nice way, and there is hardly anything I can talk about. You are a good speaker, you have learned a lot from day one to, how long have you been?
6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember when you came first time, you were a photographer, right?
Yeah.
So in 6 years, you have improved a lot, and you are very confident. You can speak anything on any subject, anytime. And best of luck to you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Masood. And you are to come here again for another evaluation of the speech delivered by Toastmaster Nadeem. So again, a huge round of applause for
Okay, Toastmaster Nadeem is also a seasoned Toastmaster, right? How long have you been in the organization?
It's around more than 3 years.
3 years, right? And you have been how many speeches? This was your 35th speech.
Yeah.
So he has already done 34 speeches, and this was the 35th speech. And no doubt the subject was very good, and he did it very well. There's no doubt about that. And he was able to tell the story, the history of the organization, and then come up with the bad news, and then face the people. And some of them were very aggressive also, and face them, and then give them correct answers. And he, of course, did a very good job. So well done, and we are looking for your next project. Thank you.
Can we have the timers report for the evaluators?
Okay, so there were 5 evaluations. Mr. Noor took 3 minutes and 40 seconds, he is not qualified. Ahmed Abdullah, 3 minutes and 3 seconds, he is qualified. Zunair, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, he is qualified. And unfortunately, Masood Said was not qualified for both evaluations.
Can we add both of them?
So you can vote for Ahmed Abdullah and Zunair.
Okay. We can skip that, and we can conclude that Ahmed Abdullah was the winner.
Okay, done. Fine.
Now we are at the grammarians report, and for grammarians report, may I request Toastmaster Fiza to please come on stage and deliver her report.
Well, it was my first day here, and I was doing this job of grammarians report to give grammarians report at the end. So I apologize already if I do any mistake, if I miss something, but I'll try my best to. Okay, so first thing was the use of word splendid. So I will mention the name of people who used this word and how many times they have mentioned this word. So Mr. Zunair have used this word one time, and Mr. Ali have used this word one time, and Mr. Masood have used this word one time as well. And the second part is to suggest some improvements. There is an improvement I want to suggest to Mr. Masood in his speech. When he was explaining the planning, what should a person plan for, the fourth point he mentioned was a person should think about, some other words instead of family planning, because in medicine we specifically use family planning for contraceptives. So it just kind of mixes up the meaning of family planning. So yeah, I would maybe like some relationship management or this kind of word.
Thank you.
There's another thing I want to mention for Ali Amjad. He said this statement: Mr. Jinnah had graceful personality. So just like a little suggestion, he could have used Mr. Jinnah had splendid personality. It could be like use of this word into his speech. Otherwise, his speech was great. And there were two more quotes I liked from the speeches. First one is, life is too short to realize your real dream. I extremely love this line because life is actually too short to realize your actual real dream instead of wasting time just like upon it, whatever comes first in your mind. Second, this was given by Mr. Samiullah. And the second quote I like was, it was a quotation of Mr. Jinnah. Integrity is more important in public than it is in personal life. I love this quote as well. This speech was given by Mr. Ali Amjad, and that is all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fiza. Our next evaluator is R counter. The R counter role is now taken up by Toastmaster Ali Amjad. Please come on stage and deliver your report.
Thank you very much. I took over from Toastmaster Sumera in the middle, so she has taken down the notes. So Mr. Ahmed had 11 R's and 2 Ms. Masood sir 2 R's and Samiullah 3. Ali Amjad, mine, she has noted down 1 and 3 repetition, but I don't know what word I did repeat, so I will ask her. TM Sumera, she herself had 1 R. Toastmaster Chaudhry Nadeem 2. Noor Khan 2 R's. Mr. Abdullah, you had 4. And Mr. Umair, you had just 1. So that's all from the company.
In many of the clubs that I've traveled, we usually have the numbers in double digits. So there was hardly a number in double digits, so I think a huge applause for all of them. We are down to General Evaluator's report, which is my report. So I've noted a number of things. First of all, I'll start with one thing that I really liked in today's meeting was that DDM Masood said, I grew up. He never said I grew old. So that's the kind of positive thinking that I really loved when he said I grew up and I was retired. Usually people say when I grew old and I retired. So I really loved that. I wanted to point that out. Meeting started really late. The time is 6 to 8. I think meeting started somewhere around 6:50. So we need to do something about it to push it to start early and then to end early as well and on time as well. Even if meeting starts 10 minutes late, then we need to make some changes within the meeting so that it ends on time so that people know this is the time they'll get free and to go back to their homes and follow their life. Agenda was not finalized. My suggestion would be that even if you don't get to finalize the whole of the agenda, if you finalize the main role players. So if Toastmaster meeting and General Evaluator are finalized, then they can come here and finalize everything else. When I came here, those two were not known, but thankfully DDM Masood was here and he assigned all those roles and the things were taken up. Word of the day was changed from the agenda. It was something different, splendid instead of determination. Also a suggestion would be if it can be displayed there. I think there's a page there, I don't know what it says. I don't think it's word of the day. If it is, I can't read it from here. So,
Splendid.
yeah.
Splendid.
Is it the word of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Splendid.
So either my eyesight is not right, which is not, or it needs to be a bit closer or a bit bigger or a bit bolder.
You can't?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a young guy. In the Grammarians report, we don't point out the people who said things, particularly pointing out what needs to be improved. It's usually an anonymous report. it was said this, and it could have been this. Something that I noticed, I've traveled a lot of Toastmasters Club in Lahore, cross country, outside our country, and there's one thing that's constant in every Toastmasters meeting. We appreciate everyone, and we show that appreciation by clapping a lot. This meeting is happening in the evening, and in all the clubs that have meetings in the evening, people are tired. And the only thing that energizes them is that appreciation, that clapping. So put in that effort. Whoever is coming on stage is actually coming here after covering a lot of fears. Even with those people who don't have problem of stammering, they have lack of confidence, maybe they're not good in English, or there's something out of a problem that they are overcoming. So appreciate them when they come here. Whenever a person is introduced and asked to come on stage, clap for them, and clap really hard. Okay, now the table topics. The problems were usually common, so I'm going to give a general evaluation for the table topics. For most of the people, when we come here, we are not confident, particularly with table topics, and people face this problem. And the common things and the common symptoms are we made closed hands or closed arms, put our arms in the pocket or in the back. And the thing is, not only does it show that you are nervous, it goes the other way around. It makes you nervous as well. So what happens is, if you're nervous, you have these symptoms. If you're confident, you have open arms like this. But the other way around, if you open your arms like this, you will feel more confident. So when you come here, try to make this deliberate effort of opening your hands up, having a very strong structure and a very strong gesture, so that you feel like you're confident. And when you feel like you are confident, you will be more confident. If you are carrying a page, when you come here, leave that page behind or a pen behind so that you can use your hands more. Toastmaster Fiza, your words per minute rate is really high.
Yes.
You need to lower it down. Because as a listener, people struggle with keeping up with what you're saying. So people need to go with you on that ride. So try to lower that down so that people enjoy what you're saying more. I think that's about it. One more note for the evaluators: when you're evaluating, you need to use your speech structure in the way that I noticed this, I felt this, and I believe if you do this, then this will happen. So it's all in first person. It is evaluator's opinion, not a judgment. So when you are here as an evaluator, always say, I found you doing this, I felt like this, and I think if you do this, then things will happen this way. So this is my general evaluator's report. I would like to hand over the control back to Toastmaster meeting, Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you very much, DDM Zunair, for a detailed evaluation of the entire session. Now we are moving towards the last segment, the awards and recognitions. For this, I would like to invite the vote counter and the club president to be on the stage, and the vote counter to announce the results.
The first award goes to best prepared speakers. So who do you think would be the best?
Yes.
Toastmaster Chaudhary Nadeem, of course you not. Toastmaster Ali Hamid.
Thank you.
I just swear. We will meet outside. Okay, now who is the best table topic speaker?
Any guess?
Actually, there are two speakers. It's a tie, so we decided to give the award to both of them.
Very good.
Anas.
You can take the photo.
Mission. And the second best table topic speaker is
It can't be me. I never think.
it's not me, of course. It's Asad.
Oh, very good.
Congratulations. And the best evaluator.
If it's not him, then it's a surprise.
Unopposed. Of course. So something tries that. This is him.
Still, you know.
Should be on this side.
On this side.
No,
Really?
he's receiving. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now it's time for the club president to take the charge and wrap up the meeting quickly.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the meeting today. And there are a few people, like a few more, that they have started their journey and they have attended the first meeting here today. So this is a place which I consider that we have started in the Toastmasters universe. This is the 4th club in the world and first club in Asia that is dedicated to stammerers. But this club does not only contain stammerers, but people who have social anxiety, speech speech anxiety, or they have low confidence, or they want to build a good networking. Stammerers or no stammerers, everyone is welcome here. But the thing is that this club is different from the rest of the Toastmasters club, is that this club stands for a cause. So guys, do join us. We also need members. So do join us so that we could form the club in a more professional way. And we have the executive committee roles. They are also vacant. So I want you guys to join. The guys, they have joined the first time. I will add your numbers into the WhatsApp group, and those who are interested to join, do send me a message, and I will send you the membership form. So in the last, I would like to say, guys, thank you for coming here and being part of Stammer Talk Speakers family. And the thing we lack in our lives is appreciation. So this is the time to say well done to yourself. That today you have done something good. You have done something new. You come out of your fears and you have done a new thing and you have learned a new thing. So say well done to yourself. And in the last, clap for your own self for being here today. The clap was missing today. So please, a huge round of applause for ourselves, please. So this is time for the group photo.
Yeah.
And the meeting for that.
Meeting is
Yes, the meeting is adjourned. Start, sir.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. It's a pleasure to have such intellectual audience. I am thankful Stammer Talk speaker for this. My topic of discussion is believe in yourself. I want to share some important ideas with you. Life is too short to realize your real dream and too long to waste your time on the things which we don't want. Most of us fail to listen to your voice, the voice that generates from our own heart and often knock our consciences. Don't try to kill your voice, your desire, your dreams. Yes, I know it is not easy, but you can do. Just start believe in yourself. Think about it for a minute. If you don't believe you can do something, if you don't believe you can do something, you are not going to give your full effort. Without your full effort, your chances of successfully achieving your goal is greatly reduced. And also, if your goal requires help from others, then you need they believe in you. When you don't believe in yourself, why would they believe in you? Any goal, achievement, dreams, if you want to achieve, believe in yourself necessary. Does not matter how many degrees you have, abilities you have, anything does not work without for words. Believe in yourself. Thank you.